Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakak, Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, who are the true elders of all Israel and rule well. Honors to the Akim, Salakia, of Great Millstone and the Liking Camps, teaching you this 144% truth, in all sincerity, presenting their bodies a living sacrifice, and a sincere shalom to the hopeful 1/3. I want to jump into this real quick. I'm going to chant down the Esau Edom's kingdom real quick before I go into the plantation. And, Abaratazah, I'm going to come back with another lesson of a different topic. But, I just want to keep my uploads on a consistent basis, so those that follow, ain't being left hungry. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we we gonna chant down Great Babylon here. Esau Edom stronghold, you know what I'm saying, which is America, also known as Mystery Babylon and Egypt, in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So let's hop into this. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord and an ambassador. And what is an ambassador? An ambassador is a messenger, so a messenger is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us arise up against her in battle, So, what's going to happen is, these nations, so to speak, that Esau Edom has been, using and extorting and, occupying, I guess you could say, are tired of his ass, man. They're tired of this little motherfucker's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Period. Point blank. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. What is being made small? His gift, which is the sword. It is not a mystery to these other nations, pursuant to India and Pakistan and China and Russia, and the other nuclear powers, on how to create these ICBMs, these hypersonic missiles. Esau's gift is being taken from him. What does the Most High say? He picks up one and puts down another, So Esau, his pride has deceived him in thinking that, his gift, which is a sword, will last forever. But he's being made small, man. He's being made a base man again right before our very eyes, because it says what? That Esau is the basis of men, meaning the lowest on the totem pole. And Jacob, being the highest on the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? So to speak. Thou art greatly despised. So yeah, man, these nations, not just Jake, man, but all the heathen nations outside of Edom are done with you, man. They're ready for war, man. So while you're over here worried about the men of the Lord who are, nothing but helpless sheep in comparison to the military might that you do have, the police force might that you do have, the judicial might that you do have, while you're sitting here focused on the men of the Lord, and we're annoying you, you know what I'm saying? With these prophecies, these other nations are ready to get at you, man. You're taking their natural resources. You're taking the pick of their women. You're killing their people. You're poisoning their land. You're poisoning their their people's mind with a wayward, wicked doctrine, pursuant to the that prophecy on the whore of Babylon, man, who made all the kings of the earth drunk, man. Well, a lot of them are in the time of sobering up, and these nations are seeing you for who you are, man. That skirt and that veil is being lifted, and you're being exposed, man. Verse 3, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. And really, Akim, what's the proudest nation in the world? You don't hear a saying of so-called French pride. You don't hear British pride. You don't hear Canadian pride. What do you hear? American pride, man. So you know who this is talking about here, man. You know what Obadiah the book of Obadiah is talking about, because there's only one chapter. So you know who this is talking about, man. This is talking directly to you here in Great Babylon, America, man. You know, and the funny thing is when you say like Canadian pride or British pride or even German pride, it doesn't have the same ring as what American pride, because it's literally a coined term here in Babylon. What do they call people that join the military? What, patriots? Which is what, having a strong love and adoration for your country and willing to sacrifice yourself, man. So, you know, this is a descriptor on who Obadiah is getting the vision of. Though that, though that dwellest, oh, Salakia, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, which is what? These deep underground military bases, these bases in the mountain, like the one we have here in Colorado Springs, because I am, we the brothers of the sons of the COS, Salakia, Sons of Yasharala camp, So we're here where they have the Cheyenne Mountain NORAD complex, man. So we know who this is talking about, man. The world famous, of course, you know, whose habitation is high, you know. And what is America? Who brought skyscrapers into fruition, into existence, man? America, man. No other country was building that high, Now you have other countries like, China and Dubai and certain places like that. But it started here, man. When the US had already built dozens of skyscrapers, and the New York and LA skyline was already damn near built. Dubai, China, Moab, Ammon, all these other countries, man, they still looked feudal and flat as hell, man. But what happened? The whore of Babylon got these people drunk off her wine, and what happens? They wanted to build up just like here in Great Babylon. So this is how you know who the whore is, man. And also, who was the first to have the International Space Station? You know, the U.S. That saith in his heart, "Who shall bring me down to the ground?" And and does the U.S. not do that with every nation? I mean, even including Russia, which the elites know that that's biblical prophecy. Um, Pursuant to Ezekiel 38. You know what I'm saying? That they're gonna be tired of this place, man, and they're gonna let loose, man. How many decades of sanctions have been put on, the Russia and the former Soviet Union? You know what I'm saying? How many sanctions have been put on um, Iran, which is Persia? You know what I'm saying? Because in Ezekiel 38 they're called the Persian, but they're the modern day what, Iranian? Along with the Libyan and the Ethiopian, man. These nations are very, very tired of Great Babylon, man. So, you know, and who's doing this, man? The Most High is doing this in order to, stir up the pot to his liking, man, to his desired mixture. So like it, and America's always had that mindset of nobody could bring us down, and American ingenuity, and what do they call the Marines? The few, the proud, the Marines. Army, what is Army strong? So, that's the pride of this place, man. America, man. Great Babylon, man. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and you took that right out of the Roman playbook, because before it was the U.S. as a national bird was the eagle. It was what? Rome. You know what I'm saying? You Edomites love using the eagle to represent you guys, the highest flying bird, so to speak. Um, and I think even the Nazis may have used the eagle, if I'm not mistaken. Might have to double check on that. So Slovakia, don't take my word on that. But Edomites basically they love using the eagle to represent them. And though they set their nest among the stars, so though you have yourself, in outer space, you know what I'm saying, watching the whole earth and your international space station, ready to make war with Yahushua on his return, you know, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So, the Most High has really put it in your head to think that you could even stand against, Yahushua, and his angels and the elect men, you know what I'm saying, on the day of the Lord's wrath, man. It's literally the Lord that has you in a trick bag, so to speak, you know. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? And you're cut off because, this place is going to be left desolate, man. Yahweh Shai doesn't want one stone upon another, man. Gonna pound these mountains and everything flat, dude. You know, this place is gonna be an astonishment to the nations, man. You know what I'm saying? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? You know, and before Yahweh Shai gets back, man, these other nations are gonna get down on you, man. You know what I'm saying? So there is gonna be nothing left, man. Once you get the wrath of the heathen nation, in the midst of that, you're going to get the wrath of Yahweh Shai and his elect. So there's literally going to be nothing, for you here at all, and not to mention this place is going to be in perpetual flames for, probably a few, millennia or so, you know what I'm saying? As a representation, of what not to be, an example of what not to be, of how not to piss off the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And what happens when you do piss him off. You know what I'm saying? Verse 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? You know? And really, first and foremost, it's obviously through the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, exposing things to people. But, you have your own people that are now, and have been exposing this place, man. Like, I forget if it was the brother Gabar Yahweh out in Hawaii, of Great Millstone, because when I'm quoting brothers, we're the only sons of Yasharala camp. So I'm quoting, if I say a city, I'm quoting a brother of Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? We don't deal with anything else, outside of maybe to reprove it and rebuke it, like the Sakari not worshiping Yahweh Shai and or you'll die after 1,000 years doctrine, you know what I'm saying? Which makes no sense, So when I do say a city, just understand I'm talking about the men of the Lord of Great Millstone, where the 144% truth was brought through the elders on down. Got to give them their credit. We got to be righteous, upstanding men. I'm not going to say I got this myself through diligent study. No, the truth hit me, you know what I'm saying? And I started taking steps towards the Lord, but that was all the Lord pushing me to him, man. I can't even say I did that, So who am I to, take credit for anything I'm teaching, man? All these breakdowns we get from the men of the Lord, a great millstone, and I'm not an unrighteous brother, I'll tell you to follow all the camps. All the camps have brothers that edify the scriptures beautifully in many different ways on the same accord with the same mind. You know what I'm saying? But enough with the sidebar. Just want to give them brothers credit. You know what I'm saying? So not only is it the Most High through the men of the Lord, start with Great Millstone and the like in camps, but it's a lot of Edomites, man. It's a lot of your own people that either whether they don't have a fat enough slice of the pie because you're greedy, and you don't even care about your own people, or they're Israelites, that don't know they're Israelites, man, and they just can't help but bring out the truth that's being exposed to them, you know, you know. So, all these things that you thought were secret are no longer secret. Verse 7, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Okay, so it's saying all the men of your confederacy. So all these NATO nations, all these UN countries are tired of your shit, Esau. They're sick and tired of doing what you say do, man. Regardless of what it may seem like and how it looks, these countries are looking at the repercussions and the sighs and cries of their own people, and realizing that, you're just using them for cheap labor, you know, um, resource mines, and resource for resource gathering purposes, um, to extort the wealth they do have, to suppress the culture, to usurp your own Edomite appointed leadership, in that country. These countries are tired of that, man. And truth be told, they've been tired of it. So this is that was what it means by all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. They're tired of taking orders from fucking Great Babylon, which is America. Because, these countries aren't stupid people necessarily, man. They see the hypocrisy behind a lot of things you do. Especially to the tribes, man, especially to the nation of Israel, man. You're over here trying to talk about human rights abuses, and these people in other countries are watching, less filtered news, so to speak, and they're seeing the atrocities that you do to Jake. Starting foremost with Judah, look what you did to Gad, man. How dare you speak on human rights abuses and things of this nature, man, war crimes, when you're the biggest perpetuator of those things, man. You sit here and frame whole countries as terrorists while you're in their backyard fighting a war, and not one bomb goes off over here, bro. But yet they're terrorists, man. How does that work? So they're seeing right through your hypocrisy, man. Other people are realizing, these men are just fighting for their own nation, which they have the right to do. Esau, and you will hop right on the news and, oh, they're the, incarnation of evil and da 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 da. And really, man, those nations are damn near harmless, man. Realistically, man, those nations are harmless, man. And, I just want to give a sincere Salakia to the Most High. Because when I was in the army, when I was in the infantry, man, I believed a lot of these things about these people. Because they're only showing you the worst of them. You know what I'm saying? But there's Christians over there, man. There's Israelites over there, man. You know what I'm saying? There's Israelites over there, bro. Um, what verse was I on? Salakia. Oh, I was on verse 6. Oh no, 7. Brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. So, these nations that were at peace with you were, just like you thought you were using them. Well, it was like that reverse card in Uno, basically. You know what I mean? They hit you with that reverse card, bro. And they were trying to get all the info. Oh, this is how they set up their bases. Oh, this is how this is the materials they're taking back to America. And this is how they're building their satellites and their advanced weapon systems. And they're just taking notes, man. They hit you with the Uno reverse card. They that eat thy bread have deceived thee and laid a wound under thee. So, at these little councils, you think that, they're all with your plan 100% because you're Esau and you feel in your heart that you're the Most High. And they're eating, they're quietly and calmly just taking whatever they can to use against you, man. There is none understanding in him. So there's no understanding in you, because if you were really what you say you are, the greatest, wisest, if you really were like the Most High, you would know their intentions. Just like when Yahweh Shai went to go see the Pharisees and Sadducees, man, and he knew their inward thoughts, man. You see, you're not the Most High, man. You're not the Most High. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? So, the closer we get to Yahweh return, man, the less and less, your soothsayers, your Chaldees, your wizards and your witches, your contactors of familiar spirits, they're getting less and less left-hand side information from those spiritual demons. And why is that? Because they work for the Most High, man. Satan works for the Most High. Satan can't attack anything, man, not even an animal without, consulting Yahweh Bashem Shai, man. And then Yahweh Bashem Shai say, go, hey, he might hop on the bear and fucking eat a couple in the woods hiking, you know what I'm saying? Or he might, you know what I'm saying, bring a brother hell, or he might bring, a 2/3 nigga hell, you know what I'm saying? Or he might take a life, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, man. But it all goes through the Most High, man. And thy mighty men, O Teman. So this is the German, the German Edomite. What do they call their soldier? The Ubermensch, which is what? The Superman. Shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. You know, so that German engineering, the Oppenheimer, all these scientists that you got during Operation Paperclip when you and Slovakia, Gog and Magog with the Russian, you know what I'm saying, split the scientists of Germany, because Germany was giving hell to the world, man. Germany was fighting wars on multiple fronts pretty well for a while, man. You know what I'm saying? Until the alliance broke, and that was due to you what? Getting that sword from the Most High, that nuclear bomb, which was dropped at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. So, the even team is going to be dismayed. They're not going to engineer their way out of this one, buddy. Simply put. Verse 10, and this is why you're getting this sore destruction, for you to be made in astonishment, for the world to see you for what you are, which is the basis of men. Fucking cave dweller. Fucking idiot that couldn't even speak. 700, 800, 900 years ago, man. Living in fucking caves, man. And shit. For the violence against thy brother Jacob. So not only did you commit violence against the whole fucking world and all the heathen nation, but you also laid your hand on the nation of Israel. Shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Because your sins have reached the heavens, man. You've already destroyed the earth. You've already polluted it. You've already extincted animals, man. You've already got the animals bugging out, man. You've already put hell on the heathen nation. And then on top of that, that wasn't enough. You had to, lay your hand. Well, that was one of the first things you did, was lay your hand on the nation of Israel, man. The apple of the Lord's eye. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what you get, bro. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. So even back then, man, in our ancient captivities, you were there helping, rooting it on, and really praising because of our afflictions, man. Because you're wicked. You're wicked, man. Verse 12, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. So, you were over there, hey, raise it, That was you, Esau, So how much more when, the nation of Israel has suffered their sentence, got the recompense that they deserved, and you're thrown down, man. We have all the right to be raise it. Fuck this place, bro. It sucks, man. Nobody likes this place. Everybody comes here to use this place, man. To really, the heathen nation come here for a few years, put on a happy face, and then they go back to their country with a little bit more of a high value dollar and try to establish your family there, man, if they're smart. Because fuck this place, man. Wicked ass fucking place. Can't wait for this motherfucker to be destroyed. But anyway, reading on. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. So in the day that we became strangers, in the day the Most High pushed us out, you were the first motherfucker in there, taking whatever you could, man. Pursuing of the siege of, 70 AD, man. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. So, and you can look at pictures, guys, they took everything they could, man, every precious artifact, everything that would be a remembrance of our heritage, you know, was, so like, yeah, I'm gonna call this brother back. Everything that was in remembrance of our heritage and whatnot. You took everything, man. Even the knowledge of who we were, man. Just to wrap this up real quick, I'm gonna read down to 14. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those that did escape. So, on top of everything we went into in this entire video, from you, putting hell on the heathen, stealing everybody's resources, which was given to them by the Most High, first and foremost. You're taking things that were given to all the nations, not just Yasharallah, but you're taking things that were given to all the nations from the Most High, man. And you know, shame on you, bro. You know, that's the best way I can put it, man. Is not only did you fuck with the apple of his eye, but you have literally laid waste to everything you possibly could, even down to the environment, man. You know, and then to top it off, the ones of us that would have escaped, in that day, pursuing back to 70 AD, man, you cut us off, man. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. So pursuing back, back to the siege, man. We didn't just leave Jerusalem fucking like bitches, man. It was hard fought battles of attrition for days on end, man. But what the Most High was for you guys in that day and against the nation of Israel, and they still gave you hell, man. And instead of you being righteous and hey, we've laid siege, we have thousands of troops that just pulled up, this is over. We don't want to put y'all to death, man. You fucking killed brothers, man. So whatever you get, man, you know it's well deserved, man. We had to take our punishment on the chin like some fucking men. So, Esau, you have to do the same. You know what I'm saying? And we know that you're not just going to roll over and take it. We know what you're going to do, man. And that's okay, man. And that's okay. For the verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. So, just because I was going into the heathen and what you did to them, they had parts in the destruction of Yasharallah, man, at one point or another, you know, and they were confederate with you in hiding who we were, in hiding the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to the best of their ability. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. So this is for all you nations, man. You're all going to get your fair recompense, for the things that you did to the apple of the Lord's eye, man. When the Most High was angry with us, you decided to play the Most High too. Even though that was the Most High working through you guys, hey, what goes around comes around, motherfucker. And I'm going to jump to 18 real quick and I'm going to close it out. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. So this is the northern and the southern kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And the house of Esau for stubble, and and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So why is this? Because of all the atrocities that have literally reached into the heavens, man. There's not going to be one remaining of you guys. You've put hell on every single tribe from Judah all the way down to Issachar, man. You have made life hell for every single tribe. You've held them down, whether it be militarily, financially, economic. Well, that's the same thing. Or you spiritually, you know what I'm saying? You have done everything in your power to do away with the nation of Israel. And you continue to do everything in your power to suppress, control, and do away with the nation of Israel, Yasharallah, man. So, once you pay your servitude back, after 1,000 years, you guys are going to be rounded up, every man, woman, and child, and you guys are going to be burnt, man. Never to return, never to fill the face of the world with cities again, man. And that's period, and with that, I hope this was edifying, I'm going to come back this evening with another lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Ha Rakak Dash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Honors to the Akim of Great Millstone and the Lycan camps, presenting their bodies a living sacrifice, giving you this 144% truth. And a sincere shalom to the hope for 1/3. Shalom.